So an absolute nothing came in this week. Um, so we'll do a room tour. Hope you guys don't mind showing off everything that we have here. And I have the Wakanda throne that's coming in. Um, so it'll be here next week. Everything else, just waiting around. You know how that goes. So let's get started. This is the Ultron shelf, Avengers Ultron shelf. And so we have, it's not the full-on Ultron Prime, but it's the most advanced one that Hot Toys ever gave us. Right there. Pretty neat when he lights up. He lights up red inside his chest. Actually pretty nice. And keep the shadow out of that. And he's not die cast if I remember correctly. He's all plastic. And that's the closest we ever got to a Sentry droid. I wish I wouldn't have shadow on that. Right there. It's the closest we ever got to a Sentry. Ultron Sentry droid. And then we have, these are all the Age of Ultron Thor. Right here. And that Mjolnir lights up. Goes from the inside. And we have an AOU cap, which has an interchangeable mouthpiece. Well, the lighting is terrible here. I need a light. AOU Black Widow. Her hair frizzes out just a bit. And behind her, the only Quicksilver appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Romain Do, bonjour. And that's unusual. Most, from my understanding, most contracts that they sign with these actors are for 3 movie deals. So he got 1 movie out of this. Jeff Bridges got one. Comment ça va? And the AOU Scarlet Witch. In my opinion, the single most powerful superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Scarlet Witch is. And the Mark 43, right here. Thank you, Romain. Thank you. Love this Mark 43. It's a great Tony sculpt. Let's take this off so you can see his face. Great Tony sculpt. And the AOU Deluxe Hulk, which comes with 2 upper torsos. So you can either have his arms as such, or you can have articulated shoulders. And he comes with 2 head sculpts. This enraged Hulk, and then I think his mouth is closed on the other one. But he's got Tony's pants that he's wearing in the AOU Hulk, compared to the Avengers Hulk, where he has the ripped up, torn, brown ones. So here we have Iron Man 1 section, which has a diecast Mark III. This was one of the first diecast figures that they were making, so it's an early production. Some people complain about the size. I complain about the size only because as more diecast figures came out, they became a little bit taller. Which leads me to believe that the size was wrong on them. Now, This is the diorama base from the Mark 46 Civil War. But I liked it because it kind of looks like there's a street there. And remember, there was a street battle that they had. And so it worked as far as I was concerned in displaying this against the Ironmonger. Now, this is a piece that I do not believe they will be re-releasing like ever. It's not die cast. This is an old piece. And it flips open and opens up. So all this opens up just like in the Hulkbuster. And inside there you could have an Obadiah Stane head sculpt, or actually a bust. No, I think it was just a head sculpt. And all his pieces move, unlike the Mark. I dropped the little shoulder piece, I don't want to step on it. Unlike the Mark 35, all these little hydraulic pistons actually work and move around on the figure. This is interchangeable. You can take this off or put it on. And every one of these have a crack in the thigh section here. I don't have enough light to show it, but on my unboxing video you'll see the crack. This is a Mark 6, the King Arts 1/9 gallery, King Arts 1/9 Avengers gantry, and in my opinion it's actually a 1/6 Avengers gantry before it explodes into the larger piece that wraps around his head, because that's what the scene represents. When he first comes down the steps, it's still in this size, and then in another step it actually gets larger. But this is, in my opinion, the proper scale for this is 1/6. And if I remember correct, this is the Shanghai release. That was a release in conjunction with Shanghai Disney when that opened up a few years back. The red on the Shanghai is a little more orange than the red on the original Mark 6. I really like this gantry. I think it was a good purchase. And then continuing on with the gantries, we have the original gantry, which came with the Mark IV, and I have in it the Mark II Armor Unleashed. Now, I would really like to see them remake the Mark II and Mark III scaled to the same scale that they are now, and to do the Armor Unleashed. So essentially on the Armor Unleashed, there were several pieces that could be opened up to expose pieces underneath the armor. Really neat feature. Really, really neat. I have unboxing videos of these figures if you want to see them in detail. And this is the second release Mark IV gantry with, I believe this is the original release Mark IV that came with the gantry. So the difference is, let me see, make sure I'm telling you correctly. No, forgive me, I was wrong. That's the new release gantry. This is the original release gantry. And the difference is in the weathering and this piece here. So the original release gantry was designed to be displayed as the Stark Expo gantry or as the garage gantry. So these pieces right here flip over, because the Stark Expo stage was white. So you can display either the garage or the Stark Expo. Whereas the new release gantry is only able to be displayed in the garage mode. And you can fold all that down and make it flat. So the garage one is weathered or dirty, if you will. You can see the little, let's see if we can get this focus in on that. See like the oil and whatnot on the actual pieces. Whereas the Stark Expo one is nice and shiny and cleaned up for display at the Stark Expo. So this is the original one here, and the Mark IV that came with it. Now he came also with these sunglasses, a donut, and a styrofoam coffee cup. Well, not styrofoam, paper coffee cup with a plastic lid to represent the Randy's Donut scene where Nick Fury encounters him, tells him to step outside the donut. So this is the Mark IV that came with that gantry. And down here is Iron Man 2 scene versus Whiplash 2. So I haven't put the whip back around him, but this is the Mark 6 with all the battle damage pieces on him. And I would have the whip wrapped around his neck and him holding it in his hand. I put some different bases down there, the busted up hammer drones, which we never got any hammer drones. This is a die-cast War Machine Mark 1, which I really like. God, I need to light that up. And Mickey Rourke Whiplash 2, another character that only got one movie out of the whole deal. That's a die-cast figure. So that's the office. Give me a minute, please. Oh, God. Oh. Whew. All right. Now we'll get to the collection room. Got some more light in here. And I've got a little monopod to help me keep this steady. Hopefully help keep it steady. Bear with me just a quick moment here. All right. There we go. And let's put some light on that. And just unplug the light. Dang it. One second. Nothing like a well-executed plan that executes well. the very top here, this is part of the, originally we called it the Iron Legion. Now we call it the House Party Protocol. And they are in position, for the most part, of how they came out to introduce themselves to us in Iron Man 3. With the Heartbreaker being first. That's the red and gold one in the center. And then Shotgun on his left, with Mark 40 Shotgun on his left and Mark 39 Star Boost on his right. Behind him you can see the Mark 20 Python underneath his right fist, Mark 9 underneath his left fist, and the Mark 27 Disco behind Shotgun. I'll go ahead and see if we can zoom in there. Those pieces came with, I think the Mark 24 came with 2 of them. Don't remember where the other one came from. Over on the right is the Mark 35 Power Pose figure, which was a disappointment to a lot of people, and I was a little disappointed with it as well. So I modified it, and let's see if this is focused in. I cut up the arms and put little, what would you call them? They were from a, what would you call them? Like an extender, an antenna, more or less. And so those retract and pull. So they go in and out. Both arms do. And I also articulated the waist. So if you notice, he's standing straight where every Mark 35 that you would buy, he is not. He's kilted to one side. So I disassembled them, put it back together. It's a lot of work. I've also added the flame effects to all of these figures. One of them came with flame effects. I don't remember which one it was, but I've added them to these. And so it continues on. The Mark 33 Silver Centurion next to Star Boost. And next to him we have Mark 15 Sneaky. Mark 30 Blue Steel. And the Mark 21 Midas. Now some people say that that's the Mark 20 Python there, but it's not. It's definitely the Mark 21 Midas that comes out at that point on the screen. And we also have next to him the original release Mark 41 Bones. It's a really unique figure. Pretty cool. I like that. And below this, I don't know, some people would call this like a Grail shelf. So we have Mark III Stealth, which is a die cast, the blue one on the left. Right next to that is the Mark III gunmetal version is what they call it. It was a limited release. I think this was actually done before the red and gold one came out, if I remember correctly. Some people call it the Silly Things, because it was also made in conjunction with that promotion. Right next to that is the Mark IV Secret Project. And next to that one is the Mark IV Neon. Now the Mark IV Secret Project also came with the glasses and the donut. Wait a minute. Did it come with a donut and cup also? No, I think it just came with the glasses that came with the Mark IV Gantry. Only they're black and gray. The glasses that Tony wears for the Mark IV Gantry are red and black checkered, and these are gray and black checkered. So here's these figures. Look really nice. I really enjoy these pieces. Mark III and Mark IV. Right over here we have Mark 7 versions. The left one was called either the chocolate, and the white one was called the white chocolate, or the left one was called the stealth, and the white one was called subarctic, if I remember correctly. So these were released in conjunction with the chocolate clothing, or the chocolate store, I believe it was in Hong Kong. And you could buy them there, and the difference would have been the diorama base, or the base stand. Other than that, no difference in the figure whatsoever. Both of these are really neat because there's a lot of neat little hidden things on them that you really can't see very well. You'll find them in my unboxing videos of these. Little micro print. The chest piece is translucent. You can see through it to some degree. And it's actually black, brown, and kind of a copper. And gray. With this, it's not full on white. It's white in many places. It's also kind of a light gray and a dark gray also, with a little bit of like a carbon fiber white in certain areas, like on that bicep right there. This piece here is the same piece as the stealth over there, with some extra pieces that I bought that are actually fading out. That's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to represent the fading out. The stealth was. This light down here now. So here's the Mark 5 Iron Man 2 shelf. Give me just a moment, please. I don't know why this isn't auto-focusing all the time. And a hassle. So on the right we have the original Whiplash. Ivan, what was his name? For some reason I have Yanko on my head. I don't think that sounds right. With Whiplash, and this is to represent him when he seen him at Monaco. And that's the original release Mark 5 there, with a custom head sculpt that I made. Mark 5 does not come with a head sculpt in the helmet. Noble, how's it going, man? Welcome. And that's the battle damaged version. You came in two versions. One figure you bought, you can either display him with battle damaged pieces or clean. So I decided to display him as battle damaged pieces. The die-cast one, however, I've displayed it in its clean version, which would be the way that he was putting it on when he got it. And that's really neat the way that they did this. It opens up all the way down there to the legs to try to reflect him putting his suit on. And this, I think, was very cool toys. I don't remember who actually made that suit, but this is the his racing suit with the case that the Mark 5 is in. I believe that's the test armor body that I'm using for that. Right over here is the Spider-Man shelf. And that's a Sentinel re-edit Spider-Man back there. Hot Toys is now going to be doing that piece as well. They announced at San Diego Comic-Con. Right next to that is the Iron Spider. And here we have the homemade suit Spider-Man. And behind it we have Electro. A much unloved figure. I don't know why. It's really cool. I think I paid $50 for him brand new through a sideshow. Continuing down, Here's the Ant-Man shelf. And Ant-Man is one of those figures that I think there's no reason why you can't collect them in multiple scales, because he's a multi-scaled figure, literally. So what I have displayed here specifically is the original Scott Lang MCU Ant-Man in 1/6, 1/9, a couple of Marvel Selects, or not even sure what all pieces they are, all the way down to scale that bottom piece is. Get this to focus. God, this camera. Where's the focus button at? Oh, well, that'll work. It helps out a lot, actually. I don't have to hold a flash as well. Sheesh. There's the little guys. And that Hyundai was in release with the Ant-Man Wasp movie. Um, Limited edition. I don't know, a couple hundred of those. How many they made of those? Or less. So the car from the movie. 1/9 scale King Arts yellow jacket, because Hot Toys has not made one. I have no earthly idea why. You need to have the villains. You know what I mean? And this is the Ant-Man and Wasp. I really like this version. I don't remember. I think that's a Marvel Select. Gold and blue suit that the Wasp has. Compared to the black and gold of this set here. Pardon me, guys. I really prefer the blue gold. That's Anthony. Right over here. Kind of like a Captain America shelf right now. On the right hand side we have Crossbones. Don't remember who made that. It's not bad. It's not necessarily accurate. His pants are supposed to be like a digital camel, and he's supposed to have like a chest piece on his chest. But he's got the arms and skull, and Hot Toys has not made one. So I have one. And that's why I got it. Right next to it is the concept art, Captain America. Came with 2 shields, kind of a black suit. It's interesting, this is kind of like the black shelf here. Right next to him, his red skull. And Johann, same character. So when you bought this, it came with enough more or less for 2 characters. Really, it's like one body. But you can display him in 2 different ways. You can display him with his coat, or you can display him in his uniform. So I decided to go one step further and actually make the Johann Schmidt in his uniform, because he was a really bad guy. And the only thing that's not accurate on it is on his tie, he's supposed to have the Hydra logo. One of these days I'll see if I can't find a way of making that Hydra logo instead of that Nazi symbol thing or whatever is on that. It's supposed to be a Hydra logo. So that's the only piece that's not accurate on him. Other than that, he's dead on accurate to footage and costume props that I've been able to research and find. And it's really difficult getting some of these pieces. One of the things I had to do was on these chest badges he has. He's got like a tank commander one, because he was in that tank division. Remember that huge tank he used to bust open the monastery? But the gold one down there is what they called a wound badge, and you got that for being like injured or whatever on duty. Silver was what they gave the guys. Gold means more or less that you died, and so he has a gold one on him because, more or less, Johann Schmidt died and he became the Red Skull. So as I was collecting these pieces, the silver one was all that you could get, and then I just painted it gold to make it, again, accurate to what it was, the uniform that he actually wore. So that's Johann Schmidt there. Here are the R2s and the protocol droids. Come on. There we go. So on the right is, I think it's called the R2Q5, if I remember correctly, the Imperial droid. And to the left of him is the C2B5, which I think was from one of the latter movies. And the silver one next to him was Sideshow's, what do they call it, prototype droid. I didn't think it was really a prototype droid. It was just a R2D2 that they painted silver. And you can see the brush strokes on it. So I believe it was hand painted in that manner. Next to that, the solid white one is the Hot Toys R2D2. How's it going, Robin? How's it, Robert? How you doing, Megatron? Thank you. Good morning. And right behind that Hot Toys R2D2 is the Sideshow C3PO with the silver right lower leg and the removable left shoulder that you can put in there, the ripped out shoulder. Now, the Hot Toys, this is the Hot Toys one that does nothing but beeps and lights. So none of the doors open up on it, none of the accessories. There's no accessories that came with it. This is just a figure. So that's a little disappointing in that regards. The beeping and lighting is cool, but none of these ever keep their batteries in them, so it's not like that does anything for me. The dome is metal compared to the Sideshow domes, which are plastic, so I like the dome. Land speeder looks, doesn't it? Oh my god, I'm so stoked about that. That land speeder is going to be great. The Obi-Wan Kenobi's table comes with the Sideshow R2D2, and the hologram lights up. You press down one of the little silver, I'm not sure what those are, drink dispensers, I have no earthly idea. And it'll light up, so you can recreate the "Help me, Obi-Wan, you are my only hope" scene. So the C3PO on the far right is one that I just got recently. It's a 1997 Kenner 12-inch C3PO, very shiny, and he's all gold. And the C3PO on the far left is 1978 General Mills, before they had the Kenner name on it. C3PO, he's really had a lot of his color flaked off of him. Very happy to have them. And then right in front of them are the two R2D2 by Sideshow. One on the right is the deluxe exclusive version, the one on the left is the deluxe version. And the exclusive version came with all the little pieces. You have Luke's lightsaber, the little camera, the radar dome, all the little doors open up, came with 6 little attachments. And he lights up. I've did a review on them. You can check that out if you wish. I've taken all the extra little arms that he came with and placed them into the other R2 units. So, for instance, the ones that open up, if you've noticed, I've placed an arm in each one of them, giving them a task, more or less. Also, you have the little restraining bolts. Now, I didn't put restraining bolts on the Imperial droids, but I have restraining bolts, well, except maybe that C2B5. I have restraining bolts on all the others, including C3PO. They're a magnet that you can either display on the figure or not. A little restraining bolt. And then, of course, this is the drink server from Jabba's hut. To have a sail barge, and depending on whether you bought the exclusive version or the deluxe, both of them were deluxe versions. But if you got the exclusive version, he comes with the dirty legs, if I remember correctly. And if you buy just the regular Star Wars R2-D2 deluxe version, he comes with the white legs. Same figure, just differently painted at the bottom. Over here, there's Mark 45 on the far right, Mark 46 Concept, and Mark 47. Now, the 46 to 47 are exact same figures. I thought there was a difference in them. I need to re-examine them again. I thought I remember looking at the prototype pictures and there seemed to be like a bicep piece or a thigh piece or something that had a line or a design that separated them to some degree. I've not been able to locate that now once they've been released. But they're the same piece, just differently painted. Now, the Mark 47 came with the open helmet. Because remember the scene when Peter was rescued and he was thanking Tony for showing up to save him. Tony opened up and he says, "Not here." And of course, that later turned around and bit Peter in the butt when he was ranting and raving on him, giving him a hard time for not helping him out. He said, "If you really cared about me, you'd be here." And the whole suit opens up and Tony steps out of it. Quite a reveal. Really nice. So I like the open helmet on that. It's really neat. They did that also with the Mark II Armor Unleashed. They gave you an open helmet for that as well. In-game Blu-ray, yeah, my in-game came, they took my money for the in-game on Voodoo. So the digital release, I don't know if it's on there yet or not. I don't know if they're all coming out at the same time. This is a new piece. This is the outfit that he wore when he did his time travel. And it came with that head sculpt. And you can see the hair is a little lighter colored than it should be. But has the shield logos on the shoulders. They did a really good job matching up what the outfit looks like from the movie. Really like it. Helps tell the story. And I have him on some New York rubble that came with a Chitauri soldier. It's that diorama bases right there. And I'll this again. Down here at the bottom. Ah, the deleted scene. Which one is this one? Rocket scene I wish they kept in the movie. It was hilarious. I haven't seen that one. But yeah, they had a lot of, evidently there's a lot of deleted scenes. That's normal. And they really did not make a very good choice in that re-release of the movie. Why they didn't have those deleted scenes in there is beyond me. I think the scene with everyone kneeling down, Tony shaves Rocket's head. Oh, that is funny. I'll have to see that. I'll have to check that out. That sounds hilarious. So this is the non-R2 units and the beginning of my Sandtrooper collection for the land speeder. So the famous one here is the R5D4, also called Red. And I've got the restraining bolt and a little piece from the R2 collection. And right next to him was, I forget, R5J4 or something to that effect, an Imperial droid. Give him a little piece as well to keep him busy. The black one's really look nice, really shiny. Of course, everything opens up. All the doors open up on them. Okay, the doors open up, but these arms here do not. On none of them except for the R2 Deluxe. So, for instance, on this guy, I cracked them open, so they will open up. Okay, but they aren't really they aren't designed to do that. I mean, I had to literally pry them apart and almost break them to do that. There's no hinge there. So you can do that. You can customize it to get them to open up on all these guys. Except him. His doesn't open up no matter. The Hot Toys one does not. But you can open that. But it's not designed to be done. There's no hinge. Whereas these guys have the hinges on them. You can open and close them easily. So, but other than that, all the doors open up. Well, not all the doors. This door opens. That door. Okay. I'm pointing to the Hot Toys one where it doesn't open at all. Okay, so that door opens. And that door opens. Of course, that door opens. And that door opens. So those 4 doors open on all the sideshow ones. So this is a, in the back there are 2 Kenner Sandtroopers, white shoulder and orange shoulder. They're a little bulky. And in the front is, actually, I forget the name of the company that made that Sandtrooper. Sideshow started making their Sandtroopers. If that makes any sense. What's the name of that company? Slipped my mind. Little Imperial droid came with one of the Kenners. Right there. And there's the mouse droid, which came with the BB-9. So the original BB-8 is this brownish one, which came with Rey. And that's Rey on a Fison body right there. So I took her body from Hot Toys and put her on a Fison to give her the more natural appearance. Beautiful knees, beautiful elbows, which her elbows are covered up. And I spent some time coloring the skin to get it closer to the Hot Toys. There's a lot of process in trying to change the skin colors. I basically used makeup to change her out. So that's my Rey. And I would not have bought a Rey, except that was the only way to get a BB-8. I don't have a problem with Rey. I just didn't need her in my collection. So I have her. I'm pleased with her. Not a bad piece. In all actuality, you take everything into consideration. And the R5D4 has what's the bad motivator, if you remember, that popped when Luke had bought him from Jawa. And you pull his center eye to make that pop out of the back there on that R5D4. Hot Toys is making an R5D4. But we've been waiting, what, 2 years now for the R2 Deluxe from Hot Toys. This was the second release BB-8. The first one didn't come with the little thumbs up flame, which I think was a necessity for this figure. And they didn't do it. He has different arms that you can put on him. And this one came on the second release, which is a 2-pack. You could have bought them separately. I bought them as a 2-pack. The BB-8 came with the little flame, thumbs up flame, which I love. Now, Rey did not come. I don't remember if Rey. Did she come with that lightsaber? I don't remember. But if I remember correctly, that's the lightsaber that she presented to Luke. I may be wrong. And the BB-9 just lights up. There's no arms on him. You can just have little lights shining through the little grill pieces here. So this grill is over that. Skippy the Jedi droid. And there's the mouse droid. And right over here, we have the Netflix Daredevil, which I really like. It's a good, what's the word I'm looking for? Realization of Daredevil. That whole Netflix series. And next to that, we have the Mark 6 diecast, which they did a really great job on. I mean, a really great job. If you still have the opportunity to pick one of those up, I recommend it highly. I don't have an Avengers Loki, so I have to buy this outfit. Yeah, right? And this is from Germany when we have the Avengers assemble again. So when they go to find Loki. Now, Loki is actually wearing his outfit, his Loki outfit, when the Avengers encounter him. But I really like this. It's really classy. It's what he was walking around at the museum when he was being who he was being. So I bought this outfit. I don't remember who made it. It came with the staff, or actually the walking stick. So that's a cane that he has. It's really cool. I don't even want to think about it. This is the other piece of the Age of Ultron Hulk. So you can display this or with the arms up. And the elbows on them are articulated and seamless, but the shoulders are not seamless, but they are articulated. Here we have the Iron Legion and Ultron Mark 1. Kind of like a, what would you call it? A progression. So Tony had made the Iron Legion to keep him from having to show up as Iron Man all the time. He made 5 of them. Hot Toys only released number 3. They showed us number 1. We have a number 4 bust, but we didn't get the others. All we have is the number 3. And there's the Ultron Mark 1 right there. Look, am I right? I know, right? The unspoken truth of the collecting is all the boxes. So the Iron Legion piece actually came designed differently than any of the Iron Man suits, and I was hoping that they were going to continue along that line with the Iron Man suits. It was really easy to get to the battery compartments, and they did not continue with that. They stayed true from the Mark 1 to the Mark 50. I imagine the Mark 85 as well. You access the batteries same way on every single one of them. They may be a little differently placed for the biceps, but for the most part, it's still the screw. Pull off a panel, unscrew it, and then put it in there. Oh man, they all seem to be overpriced anymore, right? But I guess that's good, because when you resell them, which of course we'll never do, you would imagine that the prices are continually going up. So that's the good of it, right? Anyhow, this white on this guy is like a pearlized white. It's really, really pretty. It looks best in person. It looks just like white, but it's not. It's like a pearl. It's really nice. It's like a pink and a blue that reflect out of it. Cap, Iron Man, and Thor, can't go wrong with that. Cannot go wrong with that. What was that last comment? And here's my Stan Lee that I bought a couple years back. Neon Tech suit went on pre-order again, and yeah, what the hell? That really pissed me off. They said sold out. The only way you can get it is SDCC. We're not getting any more. This is all we're getting. If you didn't get it at SDCC, you can't buy anymore. You're going to have to find it from a third-party reseller. So what did I do? Did as I was told. And then Sideshow decides they're going to start selling it. WTF. That's just wrong. So anyhow, Stan comes with his autograph pen, and I decided to take Thanos' glove and have him signing it for a fan. Stanley. Stan the man. Excelsior. Right over here is the Mandarin, Ben Kingsley. The underrated and really terribly written story for this character. It really destroyed the whole thing of the Mandarin. And here we have Daphne and Velma from Scooby-Doo. The Daphne is a Fison body, and Velma is Daenerys from Game of Thrones. I bought that figure just to use it for my Velma from Scooby-Doo. This is Leonidas, and I made some changes to him just a bit, make him more, I don't know, to my liking. Changed his sword out, and that's his girl right there, hanging out with him. Let's get this out of here. Put Stanley in the FedEx out, but that's a pretty good idea, actually. So this is the garage / hall of armor and other things. So right up here we have Hulkbuster. Let's get this monopod out again. There we go. There's the Mark 44 Hulkbuster, not the die-cast figure, 1/6 scale by Hot Toys. And until I actually have a shelf for him to display him in a pose, I'm just kind of standing there. I've put one arm in, I think that was the sleeper, where he sprayed the sleeping gas into Hulk's face. Another one I have as such. So it's going to be opened up. You see the difference between the two there. And of course that can be opened up, and a whole Mark 43 or even a Mark 42 can be placed inside of him, actually. He's a beast. What a great addition to a collection. Waited like what? 3 years, this guy? 4 years? I don't even remember. Same thing I hate about Civil War Cap Iron Man. What's that? This is the War Machine shelf here. And this shelf will continue to be added to as the pieces get cycled through. So the only one that's not here is the Mark 1, because he's on display in a diorama. So I took a Mark 3 diecast that had come out before the Mark 2 diecast came out and tried to turn it into a Mark 2. And it turned out the way that I wanted it. Right next to that is the Mark II that was not in the movie. There's a story that came out that you could find where Tony, hey, how's it going, man? Nice, you're getting your Hulk butter. Cool. Can't put an iconic pose, can't stretch. Ah, okay, I got you. So there was a story where Tony took back from Rhodey the Mark II that Rhodey acquired or stole or borrowed, however you want to look at it, was given for the Air Force to develop into the War Machine. And he took back the Mark II, disassembled the War Machine pieces off of it, and then presented him with this War Machine Mark II, which he called the War Machine. And it was a story that came about later. So that piece was made from that. It was never in the movie. We then did have the movie appearance scene of the Iron Patriot and the War Machine Mark II called the New Avenger, which was at the end of that movie when War Machine was there. So that's the story of those War Machines. Right next to them, we have the Hulkbuster 2, which a lot of people don't like. I think it's great. It is made of PVC vinyl, which keeps them light. How's it going, Ruben? He's not very articulated. He is a power pose figure, but he tells the story. Like I said, with the first Hulkbuster, you really can't pose them properly as it is. So what good would it do to make him all posable when he really can't be posed very well in a collection? Will it turn pink? You know, I'm assuming that is not going to be an issue. I hope. It was the way that they were layering the paint onto it that was causing that. They were using the wrong paints when they painted those figures, and that's why they turned pink. So I hope that they resolved that with this. That's a good question. He lights up well. He looks really good lit up. All the little areas on him where lights come through, they look really, really nice. They look really nice. Right below here is the garage scene, more or less. The Hall of Armor. Let's see, I'll start from the right. We have the Mark 7. This was available as a couple of pieces. Let's get this. So they're re-releasing this. It should be shipping soon, I imagine. The Hall of Armor 7 piece. I think you can get the single piece right now. And you'll see there's this gap right here on both sides. This fits into this slot right here, where you see the lights shining through. So you have different lights that you can turn on and off by pressing the little buttons here in the front. So that one turned off the one at his base and the one over his head. And the one on the left turns off the ones that shine through the hologram. Okay, so that's that light, and that's that light. If you take this out, they come with the blank pieces, and then you put on it the hologram that it comes with. It comes with the 7 holograms. They're really cool. Each one's a little different, well, because it represents the piece, but I mean, they're laid out just a little bit differently with different information on them. It's really cool. But they're not sealed. So I guess the point is, if you wanted to seal it, if you see that little line there, that's how much of it actually goes into that groove at the bottom. If you wanted to, you could just buy one of these and cut it a little bit wider so that it would go from here to here. And then you could have it sealed in. It sits in the groove on the bottom and then rests against the light at the top. See that there on the Mark 6 next to it. So this is the Hall of Armor, which they've re-released and is coming out soon. And even with the 7-pack, you can display them all individually. You don't have to have them connected together. 1/6 alpacas. These hot toys. These are Toys Box. Yes, they are. No, 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 not these. These are not Toys Box. These are Hot Toys. These are not the Toys Box. This is the original Hot Toys Hall of Armor set, which is available to be repurchased again. Obadiah is the head from the Ironmonger and onto a custom body and suit. So here's the Mark 7. Of course, we're waiting on the die cast to come soon. You notice there's no pink patties on him. So that's why I'm hoping that they've got that resolved. It was the way that they were layering the different paints onto the pieces that was causing that pink panty issue. So that's the Mark 7. We have Pepper here. The only way you could get the Mark 9 Iron Man suit was to buy him with a Pepper. You could buy Pepper by herself, and I only bought just the one Pepper. I would hope that they would give us a head sculpt with the Mark 49 rescue armor. And as of right now, it appears that there's not going to be one. But we really need a new Pepper. We really need a new Pepper. But she looks great. Got her holding one of Tony's helmets. Bunch of stuff, junk, more or less, on the workbench here. A couple of workbenches. I got a Spidey hanging out there. Of different things that come with different pieces. Different Infinity Stones down here. Handcuffs. Mjolnir. Mark 42 accessories. Arc Reactor Creation accessories. A couple of arc reactors. I have seen Toys Box makes the armors for Neon Tech. I have seen that. So back there is a Mark 6 with pink panties. Those panties are pink. Original Mark 6. And another Mark 5, original Mark 5. Right there. This is U. So this U came with the wheels. Dummy does not come with the wheels. I think it's in Iron Man 1. He does not have wheels. In Iron Man 2, I think Dummy does have wheels. So there have been people who have bought a U for the wheels to give them to Dummy. I have not done that. Think about that. That's about as far as it gets. We've got U holding the little camera. And we've got Dummy holding fire extinguisher. With Tony here testing out the Mark 42. And that's not actually screen accurate as to how the pieces came on him when he was testing them. But it's how it comes from Hot Toys. I've thought about making it more screen accurate. But I'm pleased with it the way that it is. This is also not necessarily screen accurate to the size. It should be larger. This base is here, but it's what we have. Look at all that dust. Right there behind Tony is the Mark IV. Original Mark IV. An empty Mark III. I only have just a couple of Mark IIIs. One of them is on display fighting the Ironmonger, and the other one is the Mark III Stealth. I need to get another Mark III. And right here is the Mark II die cast in the back. And the Mark I version 2.0. They released the Mark I originally, and then they released this 2.0. Let's get this plastic piece off of him so you can see him better. It's really a cool piece. Very fragile, though. Very, very fragile. So he doesn't get handled at all. But it has Tony in in it. And it is really neat. I did an unboxing video of it if you really want to see the detail of it. I'm really excited about them doing a die-cast version of this. That would be really, really cool. And there's more stuff on the table. We've got some blueprints, casts, magazines, battery, tools. 1.2.0, that's what that one is. I love it. First movie, Avengers, Cap Mark 7. So here's the Obadiah. The sculpt from Obadiah came from the Ironmonger. Because remember I said you could open that Ironmonger up and you can put Obadiah in it. I decided to have Obadiah out as a business associate. His father's trusted confidant. I don't know why they didn't bring him back. They could have put him into Endgame when Howard and Tony met. That could have been a good opportunity for Obadiah to be hanging around. We did get to see Jarvis finally. So that was cool. Right here we have T'Chaka and T'Challa. And essentially, this T'Chaka is the same sculpt as the T'Challa, only painted gold. And not this T'Challa. This is the Black Panther T'Challa, but the Civil War T'Challa. This is the same suit as the Civil War T'Challa, only painted gold. And then, of course, they give him his garb that he wore and some pants. But that's the father, the king, and that's the son who became Black Panther. And this is really neat. See if I can plug that up. It is really good looking plugged in. Give me just a moment here. Really, really neat plugged in. Let's see, where's the little switch at? There we go. This is really, look at that. So I'm gonna turn the switch off. Isn't that amazing? I'm just really blown away by that. That's a whole nother figure when the lights are on like that. Let's turn the flash off on this. Look at that. That's just too cool. In fact, let me see if I can darken this room a bit. So there he is. And oh, jeez. Turn everything off. Turn off the light switch too. You can turn this one off right here. All right, here we go. All right, there's T'Challa, and all right, nothing like a little technical difficulty. You had this plugged in, but I guess the charger just wasn't providing enough juice to it. Then it went dead. But there's Black Panther. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. It looks good. They didn't do his hands and feet, which is weird. Don't know why they didn't do that. But it really looks really good. Really like that a lot. And again, this is him off. So it really does. There's quite a nice effect there with that UV light. It's really, really good. I'm gonna turn the lights back on. All right. Let's do this real quick. My goodness. I know, right? Hey, Luis. Oh, welcome in. So here's what in the world. Continue on without interruption. I can't guarantee anything. And I got it plugged in, but I guess we're just consuming more juice than we're actually providing. 3.0 Hall of Armor pieces, and they're designed to light up at the top, and at the bottom I've put on a modified Hot Toys base that I've cut I've unscrewed the bottom from and used that to display the piece. That this uses are these huge batteries about the size of a 50-cent piece, and they're up. It really needs to be converted into some type of an AC powered unit. But I've got the Mark 9 with a custom head sculpt, Mark 15 retro armor, really cool red and gold, Mark 20, Mark 23 shades. He's out of order, but I have him on a Mark 1 2.0 diorama base there. Really like that camouflage on there. And of course, the Mark 20 is a suit that I customized the head sculpt on. Mark 21 Midas second release with the chrome, really good looking piece. And the Mark 22 Hot Rod with a custom Tony Stark sculpt that I put in there. And of course, you can find these in the unboxing videos of these figures, where I talk about the head sculpts if you want to see close-ups of that. But that chrome looks really nice. I really like that chrome piece. And over here we I have Igor, Mark 38 Igor. Igor doesn't have a home. Good looking piece. And Thor Ragnarok fighting Hulk Ragnarok. Closest we'll ever get to a Planet Hulk. And back there is the Mark 24 tank, which is essentially Mark 17 just painted differently. And the Mark 25 Striker. That's what that one was called. And right next to him, the Mark 26 Gamma. Same figure as the Mark 25, just a different paint scheme. And the Mark 42, which I cut open the helmet and made it open as such so we can get that to focus in here. There we go. So I cut that open. Yeah, I was lost. Gosh darn, battery keeps going dead. And I've got it plugged in. That's the Mark 42. The first issue, Mark 42. The re-release I wished I'd gotten a hold of. It was released with the Shanghai Disney store. Definitely the feet, or I mean the leg problem, hip problem. And I wish I'd known that. I would have tried to have picked one up at that case. Right next to that is the Mark 27 Disco, which is a mostly Mark 7 piece with some, if I remember correctly, the Hot Rodder Iron Patriot pieces on there, if I remember correctly, and some shotgun pieces. Next to him, the Mark 36 Peacekeeper, and this one I did not customize, so I don't know if you can see or not, but the waist is twisted just a bit from straight on. He's not straight on. They twisted him. Permanently fixed in that manner. Right here is a Venom. It's called the Poison. I think it was made by Bullet Head, and I love this figure. Holy smokes. That is Venom. I don't give a doggone. Look at that. What a beauty. What a beauty. We got some Mark 50 accessories here. Just don't have a home. That's Atari rifle. Thanos glove from Infinity War. The two arms for that. You can either have the glove open or the glove fisted. So that's the glove fisted. Right here is a Mark 41 Retro. It's really good mount. Turned out really, really nice. Really, 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 really nice. And right here we have the Mark IV diecast. Tony enjoying his donut and coffee with this little, as I was telling you about him earlier, the sunglasses are red and black checked. Come on. Let's get a focus in on this. Trying, guys. There we go. And so the Secret Project are gray and black checked. And so this is the diecast. I've got plans for him. That's why he's just sitting here. But these diecast pieces, you can't go wrong with them. They're really, really nice. Here's some dioramas. It's Atari. I don't remember which one this one is. I think it's a Vampirella. And, you know, some of the other accessories of stuff you just don't know what to do with anymore. Mark 41 is diecast? No. None of the Hall of Armor is diecast. None of these are. So everything from Mark 8, which they never made, which they should, because the Mark 8 is actually the piece that Pepper uses to destroy Killian, not the Mark 9. They gave us a Mark 9, but it's the Mark 8. No, I take that back. This guy's die-cast. Right there. Hot Rod is die cast. He's the only one that's die cast. None of these others are die cast. And that's the hope, is that they'll make them die cast, because they haven't released one in like 3 years. The Hall of Armor piece. And there are those of us that are waited with bated breath to get them. So starting down here at the bottom, I'm going to use a light here, so I don't want to run my battery dead any more than it already has been. Let's see if I can get a light down here. There's a Doctor Strange from Doctor Strange. I've got the arms coming that I'm really looking at. Now, I've customized the hands, and it looks like the glue has come up. I have to re-glue it. But there was no hand that came in that configuration. So in order to get that configuration, I had to customize a set of hands in order to be able to do that. And to do his casting of his little portal. You can see they've come up there, but I'll glue that back down. Have his cape on the display stand in the back. And of course, that is Infinity War Thanos. And I have the glove in his hand to try to keep him pried open so he couldn't snap. Looks good. A lot of people are just casual Thanos, more or less, you know what I mean? He's not wearing his armor, but can't please everybody, right? That's the Mark 50 right there. I decided to pose him with his, give me a little bit of boost here on the bottom. Several ways you can pose him, so many different accessories. I really like this piece. Really, really like this piece. We have Infinity War Black Widow and Infinity War Captain America. With a couple of spears, which lets us know that we will not be getting those pieces. That's as much as we're going to get. Whenever Hot Toys throw something in like that, you're not getting the rest of it. We won't be getting the Black Order, no Corvus Glaive, no Outriders. It's just not going to happen. I would be quite surprised if we get them, even though they should have Corvus. I don't think we're going to get Corvus. I don't think we'll get all. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and Groot from Infinity War. So if you remember, Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was a little baby Groot. He was Teen Groot at the very end of the movie. So really the Teen Groot there is from Infinity War. He can be displayed either. And that Star-Lord is actually, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Star-Lord, Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, a couple of baby Groots on their shoulders, and we have a Yondu here with his new controller on his head and a baby Groot at his feet. There. Sorry about the light, guys. I don't have enough juice powered up. This is my Fison list, Fison table, Fison shelf, if you will. So both versions of Lady Death, 1 and 2. And the one on the throne is kind of a conglomeration of the two. And Vampirella, both the Asian and the, what do they call it, SHCC version. Their outfit is, the head sculpt is different. The body's just a little bit different. So they are two different Vampirellas. Really nice. And this is a Nier Automata on the Fison body. Right there. Love the seamlessness and the realistic proportions for comic book Fison bodies. Better than a Barbie doll, right? This is the Deadpool shelf. Really like my Deadpool shelf. And I want to continue adding all different various or variations of Deadpool. So of course they've got the Venom pool coming. He will fit on here. Got a couple other things planned. I'm working on that kid pool there. But this is cable, third party cable. Looks amazing. Holy, I forget who made this. Toys R, I believe. But holy smokes, they did a really good job with this. I mean, really, really, really. Holy smokes, guys. What the hell? This is the day, isn't it? All right. So those of you that are stuck with me, welcome back again. Those of you that are watching this um, after it being live, you will never experience the suffering that those of us that are live are experiencing today. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. Um, I don't know what the problem is. I guess maybe because I used light on it, really sucked it down more so than what it was ready to be used for. Anyhow, I was showing off this amazing toys cable here. Josh Brolin and his cable. They did an amazing, amazing job with. It. Looks really, really good, and you can pose him in a different couple of times of his appearance. So like you get two little teddy bears. There's a little teddy bear hanging there. Back there, you can have one that's all burnt up or one that's nice and clean. And he came with a timepiece, which was really nice. And I put that timepiece on the Hot Toys figure and put the Hot Toys timepiece on him because you can't really see it the way I have him posed holding his rifle. So this is the timepiece that came with the Josh Brolin cable from Toys Era, which is really nice. Nicer than the Hot Toys version, and in my opinion. Come on. There you go. That's the Toys Era one. And it looks a heck of a lot nicer than the Hot Toys one. So I put the Toys Era one here on Deadpool. So this is Deadpool 2. Right here. And I have him holding the brick. So it's a brick from the Chitauri. It's not a red one like he had in the movie. But if you remember, he asked Cable if he could borrow his rifle to shoot the bad guys at the end of the movie. And he's like, no. And he goes, well, then I'll just use this brick. So that's why I have him holding the brick there. And the boots on him are metallic, as is his belt buckle, different than Deadpool 1. This is the head pool, zombie head pool from Sideshow Toys. Comes with the Sideshow Deadpool. Right back here we have the Steel 2.0, which is Colossus from Deadpool 2. They fixed him. There's so many problems with the original Colossus, but it's pretty much the exact same outfit. The belt buckle is on the new Colossus versus the old Colossus, but this is a better Colossus, not only in the movie but also the figure than the first release is. If you want a Colossus, definitely go for the 2.0, although the 1.0 works as well. Right back here we have Lady Katana, which is Lady Deadpool. Wanda Wilson. Had to have her from the Deadpool collection. She tells the Deadpool story. She looks great. I have her wearing the high-heeled shoes that came with Deadpool 2. She comes with boots, but I want to put Deadpool, so I thought she looked good in them. And right here we have that's the Deadpool, X-Force Deadpool, but of course this is when he was all blown up, and so I got him there. and I love my Deadpools. This is a kid pool. I took a Toys Era bust, cut it all up, put the head on this. I think it was a 1/7 scale or one. No, wait. No, wasn't quite 1/12, but it was a little Deadpool figure that I kit bashed to turn into this. That piece right here came off of the Toys Era chest, so I cut that off. The head's from the Toys Era chest. This belt is from Deadpool, the original Deadpool figure, if I remember correctly. And these gloves are Lady Katana's gloved hands. Right there, that's the gloved hands from Lady Katana. And the swords are from the toys, the bust. Did I say Toys there? Who was it? It was Gentle Giant made that. So it was a Gentle Giant kit that came with this piece and the head pool and a squirrel pool and then of course kid pool. But he was just a bust, so I turned him into a full-on figure, and I really like how that turned out. Kit bashed a few pieces to do that. I really like it. So the little hand grenade that Headpool here is holding in his mouth is from the Sideshow Deadpool. So Dogpool, Headpool, and Squirrel Pool. So Deadpool really takes advantage of all the different multi-universes. There was no Pikachu Deadpool in any of the books, but come on. In the Pikachu universe, you know Deadpool exists, and there he is. And there's another Dogpool. Don't remember who made this, and again I have him holding a hand grenade from the Sideshow Deadpool, which is right here. And this is a Deadpool that kind of resembles the comics and the games. It's a rendition of many Deadpools, more or less, to give us a good looking generic Deadpool. Right there. And the Steel 1.0 holding the hand that Deadpool cuts off, flipping him off. Checking it out. You can see the different belt buckle on that. And this is movie accurate, by the way. And like I said, in the movie, they kind of geeked him up. They didn't spend the time CG-wise to correct him after using the actor. Many actors that portrayed Colossus. This is the original Deadpool. I have an aftermarket third-party head sculpt on there, which looks like the old avocado, right? Remember all the old jokes on that? And if you notice, I have him holding some toys there, right? What is he holding? He's holding the unicorn from Deadpool 2. We got a baby Groot there. It's just called Baby Groot doll. We have a lightsaber, belt, chicken. He's ready to party. He's got it all. And the last shelf, and thank you for sticking around. This is the Avengers shelf, more or less. So, I'll try to be quick. Back there we have the new Avenger, Wanda Wilson, Scarlet Witch. We have Spider-Man, Civil War, Homecoming, Far From Home. I mean, he's wore this outfit in every movie so far. We have Black Widow from Civil War and War Machine Mark III. Not received a Mark IV yet. Right? We have T'Challa back here, Black Panther from Civil War with a third party head sculpt, which I think was great. Like that. And Maria Hill back there, so happy to have gotten her. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Love her. This is the Mark 46 fighting Captain America in that iconic scene. Love that Mark 46. We have Agent Phil Coulson back there. His first name is Agent, right? Holding the... What are you doing with this? Do you know what this is? Yeah, it's exactly what I need. Captain America shield. Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier from Civil War. Nick Fury from... I think it's Winter Soldier. I don't remember. It's the second Nick Fury, the one with his arm broken. I wish I'd had the first Nick Fury. We have Ant-Man back here from Civil War with some multiple pieces. Sorry about that, Rick. It's been stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting. All the way down there to a little bitty micro Ant-Man right down there. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. And these suits are pretty accurate. The smaller ones. I did not order it from Sideshow. I ordered it from Toys Wonderland. Paid twice the price because said they weren't getting any more. They lied again. Sideshow's really bothering me. Got Red Wing and Falcon. And right here we have Hawkeye. And if you look right on the tip of the arrow there, we have a little Ant-Man. If I remember correctly, this is a Age of Ultron Hawkeye. He really should be on the other display. I don't have another Hawkeye though. I really like this quiver of arrows. That's why I have them posed backwards so you can see here. It's really cool. Right here we have beautiful Kate Blanchett as Hela. I don't know why they didn't give us a better head sculpt or a different head sculpt. This one works. I really would have enjoyed the one with her hair. We have Loki back there from Thor Ragnarok. And Thor from Infinity Wars. I did order them. Yes, I did. I sure did. You better believe it. He also lights up like the Black Panther. What lights up on him, though, are the eyes and these electric bits from the UV paint. Looks really good. Now, this can be posed either with his arms bare or his arms as such. So essentially, it's like two figures, two different ways you can pose them. Comes with different eye patches and all sorts of manner of ways of posing him. Stormbreaker, very versatile figure. I could have bought 3 of these and had 3 different stories to tell with him, truthfully. And right over his shoulder we have Groot and Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy, the first movie. This is a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Star-Lord. How's it going, Vincent? That I have put him in the garb of Guardians of the Galaxy 1. So, because I did not get the first Star-Lord. There he is. And beautiful Gamora. And Yondu with his first, gosh, I hate what it was a mohawk in the comics, but I don't know what to call it in the movies. And we got him holding caged Groot, and there's little baby Groot in his little pot down there. What I'm missing is a Drax. I have no Drax. Definitely need a Drax. Now up here we have a Crazy Toys Hulk. Color's off a little bit. Sculpting is nice. He really needs to be painted properly. He's a little bit larger than 1/6 scale, which is fine because for my as more furious he gets, the larger he becomes. But anyhow, we have the Crazy Toys Hulk back there. We have Bruce Banner from Hot Toys, the only Bruce Banner that we have, in his brown and purple. You can buy him as a set with the Avengers Hulk, which I didn't get. And then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Thanos in his throne. It's a little bit smaller than how Thanos ended up being in Infinity War and Endgame. And then we have some Chitauri soldiers here. various commanders and foot soldiers doing various different things. And that's the collection. So the only other thing I was world. So um, give us a little flip here. Here's Hot Toys website right there, flipping through everything we've already are familiar with. Here's Hot Toys China. And here, come on. Today's my day, evidently. You see that? Not responding. It's not one thing, it's something else. Golly. Alright. So here's Hot Toys China with what they have. They're showing off here Black Panther Shuri and the Advanced Spider-Man. Mark 6. A little video about J.C. Hong painting. There's Star-Lord that he's showing there. From Hot Toys China, so you have the Iron Man 3 smaller collection. Some people erringly said that it was 1/12 scale, or it's not 1/12 scale. It's actually like Star Wars scale, so it's smaller than that. And there's Rocket from Infinity War, selling out everywhere. And the Iron Patriot, Venom Pool, Mark 85, Darth Maul. The new Spider-Man and the Night Monkey Spider-Man movie promo, Mark 6, Neon, new Star-Lord from Infinity Wars. Here we have, so this is where I go for get all my stuff, all my information, by the way, in case you're curious. I do this on my desktop though, and it responds properly. I don't think there's going to be a gray version of the Endgame Iron Patriot. It was the trailer. I think they were trying to hide the red, white, and blue of Iron Patriot. I don't think we'll get one. We might. Don't think we will though. So these are all the product lists on Hot Toys China. Shuri, Advanced Spider-Man. A little story about the Hong Kong Animation and Video Game Festival. Yoda. San Diego. Mark 50 accessories. War Machine Mark 6. In the trailer, it is red, white, and blue. Because in the movie, it is 100% red, white, blue. This is the Disney store, so what you can buy right now in Shanghai Disney. You can get the Captain America from Infinity War, Groot from Infinity War, Princess Leia Organa. I don't know why I call her princess. She wasn't a princess then. She was something else, right? Emperor Palpatine, the new Obi-Wan Kenobi, the existing R2-D2 with the lights and the sound, Cos Babies, etc. And these are the 1/6 that are available at the Disney store in Hong Kong, China. So got the Mark 6 and the Mark 4 Neon. The Boba Fett sold out. Mark 4 sold out. Captain America, Infinity War, Black Widow, Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this is where I do my research. Here's a Sideshow site of what they've got. Brand new. We have a Snape. Service Snape is brand new. And here is the Big Bad Toy Store site. My favorite place to get these toys and collectibles. And so here they are with the most recent release of 1/6 scale right there at the top. It's a Royal Hong Kong Police Prison Guard. Black Weasel, I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. Let's just brighten up a bit. Yeah, I believe that. More Star figures, definitely. I can see that coming. Bunch of beds, bunch of fire. Service. Iron Pit, Mark 85, Battle Dam. That's it. Another place where I get toys. They have the companies that are making this nano fighting piece that we've seen in the beginning of Infinity War, where he's standing next to Doctor Strange. This one also has some arms on those floating pieces, and this is just the arms. We have a new Deadpool in like street garb with the new head sculpt. Captain America figure in regular clothing. A new Mystique. And Outfitters is another company that I buy from. There you can see the new version there, and the new Mystique, the other company that makes the floating repulsors, a 1/6 scale gasoline pump, John Wick dog, and this is the final place that I purchased from Toys Wonderland. Got the Shuri's on there, Captain Marvel's Morpheus, Captain America in his outfit of when he was going after the Pym particles, Battle Damage Mark 50 heads faceplate. So there you go. Got you all caught up. Thanks very much for sticking with me. Sorry about all the technical problems we've had today. And like, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, or follow the 1/6 scale news and reviews if you just want to get the news and reviews. You don't want all my political opinions and thoughts and whatever else. And help me out on Patreon so that I don't have these problems. You can subscribe to me on Patreon. I've got nothing to promise you. Can't give away $300 figures. Come on. That's insane. So if you're looking to join Patreon just to hope that I'm going to give you something for free, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not giving away $300 figures. I don't get them for free. I can't pass them off to you for free. Sorry. I'm not rich. But it would be greatly appreciated if you were to become a Patreon to assist me out. And gosh, even only $1 a month would be so insane. That would be insane. So thank you very much for joining me. You know, the only thing I've got coming next week is the Wakanda throne. Nothing else is coming, and I've got everything on pre-order. If it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you can count it being pre-ordered. It's just a matter of them coming in. I've got the Hot Toys R2-D2 on pre-order, which is a Star Wars. I've got everything's on pre-order for the most part. So it's just a matter of them getting to me. So thanks again for sticking with me through all this, and y'all have a good one, and see you next Saturday morning. Peace.